Hey everyone! Welcome to the week to come reading. This is a series of readings I do every week, every Monday. I draw 3 cards for the coming week to give us some advice on what's going to happen and what to focus on. And the cards that I draw are for things that we need to stop and things we need to start and things that we need to continue. And I'll get right to it. Bear with me, I will tilt the camera down so that you can see the table here in front of me. Just a moment. Here we are. Here is my deck. Okay, I have already pre-shuffled this deck, but I'll shuffle just a little more. Better safe than sorry. And like I said, the cards that I will draw are stop, start, and continue. And there we go. I think we are done. And I'll make my fan. Right, first we need the card for stop. Okay, this is 5 of swords. Right, then what we need to start. Right, another sword card. This is page of swords. And then to continue, something we have already started. There we go. We got the King of Wands. And then we'll get right to it. Now, looking at all the cards on the table, looking at the suits we have here, we have 2 sword cards and then 1 wand. Now, swords are about thought and intellect, mind over matter, using our powers of thinking. And then wands are about action. They are passion and adventure and creativity also. And then looking at these individual cards, on the stop position we have card number 5. Now, swords in general, they also, the suit swords, they are also about challenge and conflict. And number 5 is about conflict, and more specifically about loss, losing, being defeated. As you can see from this card, there has been a battle of sorts, and this 2 figures look very defeated. And this card is about how we handle defeat and how we get over it. The position this card is on is stop. So I think what we have been doing is that we have been concentrating on our past defeats, our past mistakes, and we have been trying to come to terms with those losses and defeats, which is obviously, it's a good thing. But enough is enough. I mean, we have been there for long enough now, and we should not we should stop dwelling on the past mistakes and past defeats. They are done. And now we need to move forward and let go of the feeling of loss and defeat. That's really good advice, in fact. And then the start position here. Here we have Page of Swords. Now we have actually two court cards on the table. There we go, a page and a king. And the court cards, they are, in the suits, they are numbers from 11 to 14. Page being 11 and king being 14. And these, very often when they appear on a spread, they refer to other people in our lives. But they can also refer to ourselves, and it's always a bit of a judgment call which one is the correct interpretation. But each of the court cards, they have their own personal traits and abilities, and that's what is important about them. Each court card is different to another, and they are also on different levels of personal growth. The page, number 11, is right in the beginning of their journey, whereas the king has mastered their suit energy, and the page is still learning how to master the energy of their suit. And the energy of the suit of swords is air. Now this page of swords, page of air, he's restless, as you can see from the way he stands. He's kind of ready. He's waiting for something to happen. He's actually quite anxious for something to happen. He's shifting his weight and holding his sword up. He's ready. He wants to get on with it. He's very fast, but he's inexperienced still. Well, he's still just a page. He will perhaps one day become a knight. But now he's still a page and he's inexperienced. This particular card can also refer to a student, and probably a student of academic studies, since the element of swords is air, and the swords also means thought and intellect. So we might be talking about academic studies. Pages in particular are about exploration and study. So now if we go back to our spread here, we get the page of swords for start. And it seems to me that we should, in order to go forward on the path we have chosen, we should hit the books now. We should get to know the theory about whatever it is that we have been trying to achieve, and we should study a bit more. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be books. I mean, if some people learn by listening. Actually, I'm one of those people. I always remember what I've been told, but trying to remember what I have read is more difficult for me. Or something that I write down, I don't always remember that. But when I am told something, I always remember that. So if you don't like books, you can always go and search for some perhaps videos in YouTube or whatever. I mean, whatever the method, we are told that we need to get more acquainted with whatever it is we are trying to achieve. We are still in the beginning. We are novices as far as knowledge goes. So we need to start studying. Okay. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, that's nice, actually. I like, personally, I like studying. Right, and then what we need to continue, something we have already started, is the King of Wands. Now, Wands was about action and adventure and creativity and all that. And the element of the Wands is fire. Well, we are talking about passion here. And although the king is sitting very calmly on his throne, he doesn't seem very passionate, but he is the king. He's number 14. He has already done everything he needs to do. Now all he has to do is sit and rule. Kings are about power and success. And there's also an element of social responsibility about the kings, all kings. I mean, they are responsible for the people they rule. And they feel this responsibility very heavily, but they are well equipped to carry that responsibility. Now, the kings are the masters of their suits. They are the ones who know, well, this King of Wands knows exactly what he needs to do with the fire he's controlling. And this card came up on continue position. So this is what we need to do. We have already started acting on what it is we want to achieve. And this is what we need to continue. And we need to trust ourselves. We actually do know how to do this. This is thinking about this page we got that suggests we need to study more, comparing to the king, who is the master of the element. We know technically how to do it. We are able to do it, well able to do it, but we don't know all the theory behind it. Oh yes. Yeah, that makes sense. We need to continue doing what we have already started. We are well on our way, and we are doing the right things. So we just motor on. We also need to direct our energy, fire energy, our passion, to the right focal point. Yes, we need to focus the energy more. Yeah, but let's continue doing what we have already started while we hit the books and start finding out what else is there for us to know. Okay, I'll tilt you up again. Bear with me. Hey, there you are. Okay. Right, now, here was our reading. There's stop, start, and continue. Lots of thinking going on here. Lots of intellectual things going on in this spread. So that's what we need to do this coming week. We need to use our heads. And we need to continue doing the things we have been doing before. Okay, this is good advice. Actually, quite practical advice. And also no major arcana cards, meaning that the roof is not about to cave in on us, or we are not about to fall madly in love. Oh well, that'll come. Right. Okay, that was the reading this week, and now I will write all of this down and I will post this in my blog, and so you can find everything written down there. It might be that something else opens up to me while I'm writing this, so there might be something a bit extra there, some depth to the reading. And if you subscribe to my blog, you can enter your email address there, and if you do that, then you will be notified every time I post anything in my blog. This is not the only series I'm doing, both in my blog and in my YouTube channel. I do this reading every Monday for the week to come, but in addition to that, I am going through the spreads I use in my web shop. That's one series I'm doing both in my blog and in my YouTube channel. And then also I have done a year to come spread in December, and then I update it. I draw a clarifying card for the coming month in the end of each month. So in fact, next week I'll be doing that for May. I will probably do that on Sunday. Is it the 29th? Sunday, probably, yes. So if you subscribe here in my blog, or if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you can find from there, or then at the end of this video there will be a little logo of mine that will appear on the corner here. If you click that, it's easy for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you will be notified when I post a new video. And also this particular spread, this stop, start, continue spread, this is a spread I do for my clearance. And if you would like a reading like this just for yourself, for any matter, actually, for any issue you might have that you would like some clarification on, you can find this spread in my web shop. It's the Stop, Start, Continue spread, and you can order it from there if you like. Okay, but this was our Monday reading for the week to come. Thank you so much for watching. It was nice to have you here again, and I hope to see you latest next Monday. Okay, thank you so much. Hey, hey.